What's up YouTube, it's Tadpole here. Just bringing you a double feature here. That's why this picture is up. The first one is real hacksy in my favor and really pretty quick. So yeah, I set up the stealth rocks there. He's going to hit me with an earthquake, that's going to hurt. I'm going to bring in Slowbro, take it pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and go for the skull. He's actually faster than me, which made me nervous. But luckily I'm going to go ahead and get the burn there, and that's going to take out his Rhyperior. And that's the first bit of HAX. I know it's a 30% chance, but it's still HAX. I'm going to go ahead and switch out into my Registil here. I take the Shadow Ball really well. And I'm going to go ahead and just paralyze him. I figure I can still take another hit. I do. And now that I'm faster, I'm going to go for the Iron Head. And what's going to happen here is he's going to be paralyzed. And I'm going to go for it again, and he's going to be able to get off a Thunderbolt. It's about the worth of 2 leftovers, and he's going to flinch here on the second Iron Head. So then I get back all the damage he did with Thunderbolt, and then I'm going to go ahead and take him out. So that was really unfortunate for him and his Mismagius right there. I stay in partly because if he slips up or mispredicts or something, I can paralyze this thing. If not, no big deal. Then I bring in Min Xiao here, and she gets a critical hit. And she gets a critical hit a lot when she uses her Fake Out. So that was unfortunate. And then I believe I was faster and go ahead and U-turn there. I do bring in Sableye. I get the confusion off. Unfortunately, just flat out kills it. So knowing that he has to, or he's going to switch, I go into my Scrafty and start bulking up. Here is when the hacks start turning in his favor. He gets the Air Slash. I flinch. I guess he expected me to switch because he switches up moves there. I stay and go for the Ice Punch, hoping to do a lot more. Fortunately, I don't. He Air Slashes again, causes me to flinch, and then he's going to go ahead and take me out. So that was unfortunate, but I guess he sort of paid me back. He definitely paid me back. I'm just going to go ahead and bring in Zapdos here. Hit him with a Heat Wave, and he goes for the Seed Flare. I don't know how much that would have done, but it missed, and that's unfortunate. I go for the Hidden Power Ice in case he decides to switch. He doesn't, stays in. Then Victini goes down. I get a crit on the Crobat, and then I'm going to do a good chunk of damage to this Kingdra here. Now, I get another crit here. And I'm going to say that mattered because, well, it didn't really matter because I would have just come in and faked him out when he had a slither of health left. So, fun match, really fast, pretty dang hacksy. Then here's the second one. This one's a bit longer, partly because I get into a stall war that you'll see later. We skip it and stuff like that. But this one was pretty fun too. I battled this guy a couple of times. Both times he started out with this thing here. The first time he Swords Danced. I'm going to go ahead and Will-O-Wisp anticipating the Swords Dance. Last time I got him with a Confuse Ray, and he almost took himself out in one hit with Confusion. So he's not going to make that mistake a second time. Night Slash doesn't do too much because of the burn, and I'm going to go ahead and confuse him this time. He does hit himself in Confusion, and it still does a 12% of his HP, which is pretty major with burn. I go ahead and switch, and he takes the opportunity to do a Swords Dance. I figure I can still take a hit, and I'm going to stay in with Cobalion here and go ahead and set up the Stealth Rock. Part of my thinking was if he thought I might try switching out after seeing the Swords Dance and go for the Night Slash, that I quad resist it and I'll get an attack boost, but that was hopeful thinking. In either case, I'm gonna go ahead and switch back out there. He breaks out of confusion, which I'm just gonna come in, absorb the low kick, and confuse him again. He's gonna go ahead and turn himself and knock him out. I know I know you guys can see the screen. I'm just trying to catch up here. Now we've got like this big pause. In any case, I think what he sends out next is his Flygon, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, okay, so he sends out his Flygon. I'm going to go ahead and just burn that thing. I considered confusing it, but I decided I'd rather have a burn on that thing permanently and let it confuse itself later with Outrage. But he's actually just going to go straight for the U-turn. I still get the burn off. That flagon is crippled. I'm not worried about it, particularly as long as I have Cobalion around. Outrages aren't going to do anything. He goes into his Bisharp. I decide to go ahead and burn it in case it's one of those annoying subsets. But he immediately goes back into his Flygon. I guess testing the waters on that one. I'm going to go ahead and confuse it. And now that he's confused and burned, I feel like this is a safe opportunity to bring in Cobalion. He's not going to do much of his outrage on Cobalion, and maybe, just maybe, Cobalion can go ahead and start setting up, or not setting up Stealth Rocks, getting back some HP. Unfortunately, even with the burn and everything, he does 4% more or 3% more than Leftovers is able to heal back, so I'm not really doing anything, but I go ahead and just Sacred Sword to take care of the Flygon. Just get it out of there. So far, it's 6-4. He brings in this thing. I figure it's going to go for a sub, expecting me to switch. I considered just Sacred Swording, but he saw that, so I was like, what is he going to do? I'm just going to roar it out, get rid of the sub. And here, I don't know, I guess I went for the Iron Head just to see if I can get it to flinch. I don't know why. At this point, I was like, I don't really want Cobalion around, and I don't want to give him a free setup of Calm Mind. I guess I could have roared him out, but then I wouldn't have gotten anywhere. Anyway, he gets the Scald, gets the burn, and then I'm just going to go ahead and switch out to Melodic here. He predicted the switch and goes for the Calm Mind, or he just wasn't worried about me. Probably more likely he just wasn't worried about anything that I could do. Cobalion's pretty much crippled here, and he's going to be used as fodder for later. But I've got Dragon Tail on this thing. He can't do too much to me, so I'm going to go ahead and just Dragon Tail out those boosts. And now I got worried. I was like, oh no, this thing's going to probably be faster and probably sub up on me. So I go for the Scald, hoping that's enough to break it. He goes for the Sucker Punch, and then I get the Burn, which is a big deal because that's going to take out the Bisharp there, which, as long as it's faster than a lot of my Pokemon, it was going to be a pain in the butt because if I can't break the sub. In any case, I really dodge a bullet there, and he's going to bring in his Minshao. I'm going to stay in, take the Fake Out. I know it's not going to do too much. He does have Leftovers instead of like a Life Orb. I guess make it last longer. It's particularly frail. Usually these things like to start off with High Jump Kick or U-Turn after. I figure I can sponge both of those, or if it's the High Jump Kick, cause 50% of his health just by switching. So I go ahead and switch. I do get lucky, get the High Jump Kick there, so that was nice. And knowing that he can't do anything to me and he's going to have to switch, I go for the Burn. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to catch that Suicune on the Burn, and that's nice because that's 12% of his health that he's going to be losing every turn. If you count Leftovers, and it's only 6% of his health, but it's still really nice. I'm also going to go ahead and confuse him there. Not going to really do too much with Burn and its low attack stat, but it does slow him down a couple of turns if he hits himself in confusion. I'm going to go ahead and just bring in Cobalion here, sack him just for the safe switch. I don't want something getting burned that doesn't need to, such as my Ambipalm. And I'm going to go ahead and I think I go with Beat Up here, and my idea behind that was instead of going for the Fake Out and just getting a little bit of extra damage, I figured most people tend to switch when they expect the Fake Out. But he doesn't. He's just going to stay and do the Calm Mind, knowing that he can take anything I've got to throw at him. Beat Up doesn't do a whole ton. I just go ahead and go for the double hit here. Nearly take him out. His confusion ends and he goes direct. So Burn's gone and all of that work was for nothing. So that's unfortunate. I couldn't decide, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, if I wanted to go into Sableye or Melodic. Decided there was no reason to go into Sableye, so why not go into Melodic? His Breast Talk is going to go ahead and get him more Calm Minds. I'm not a big fan of that, and I'm going to go ahead and Dragon Tail here. He is faster. He is going to hit with a Scald. Doesn't do too much. All in all, not particularly worried. I'm just going to go ahead and switch straight to Sableye here. I didn't want to try pulling those same shenanigans I did last time. He's going to go for the fake out, and then he's going to switch. And upon his switch, I believe I go for the Confuse Ray. Yes, because I didn't want him switching back into the Suicune and having the burn be for nothing. And this is the part, let's see, I was afraid of Leech Seed and subbing shenanigans, so I go ahead and sub up. The confusion hits him, which is always nice. I go ahead and go for a Will-O-Wisp because if it does sub up, then I'm going to be in trouble. As you can see here at the top, we skip a bunch of turns because we go from turn 30 to from turn 29 to 32. The reason is because we both tried stalling each other out and decided just to have a mutual switch because it was going nowhere. So I go into my Ambipom. I'm just going to go ahead and do the beat up because the flinching I didn't think at the moment mattered, and now that I think about it, I should have just done it because I knew he was going to sleep talk. Anyways, didn't really matter. I'm just going to go ahead and do the beat up and then the double hit. Get him down to about half. He's going to sleep talk and rest. It's going to fail. Works out for me. Let's see, do I switch? Yeah, I switch here. He wakes up and immediately goes for another rest, expecting to be low on health. I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to go ahead and rest myself. With him being asleep for 2 turns and me being asleep for 2 turns, the chances of me getting Dragon Tail and phasing him are really good. And it works out nicely because he actually gets the Scald and the burn on the turn that I decided to go for the rest. So, that worked out really well. We're both rest talkers. I'm not worried about him. He's probably not worried about me. He can bulk up and get more powerful. I can phase him out. We both get rest that turn, so it was a pretty pointless turn. He wakes up a turn earlier, goes for another Calm Mind, and right on cue, Melodic gets a Dragon Tail with the rest talk. So that was really nice. Knowing that he's going to set up unless I do something here, I immediately switch out. I considered going into Ambipom because with double hit or beat up, he could potentially break subs and do a little bit of damage. But I decided to go into Darmanitan because, you know, why not? If he's going to sub up, he's going to sub up. But instead, he goes for the Encore, knowing that he's probably going to want to switch and not try to do any subbing shenanigans. Now that I'm just going to continually break his sub, I go for the U-turn and bring in my Ambipom. And this is going to be a really popular, I mean, you've already seen a bunch of times, Ambipom against Suicune here. And the reason is because maybe I'm a little inexperienced with Yu-Yu. I don't know sometimes what to do with Suicunes. They're just one of those Pokemon that I have a hard time with. Kind of like, I'm pretty effective with dealing with Flagons, but I found that like Zapdos, and Ryok, and Nidoking, out of all things, are things that I have trouble with. So yeah, if you're gonna end up battling me, bring those, because I can't do anything against them. I do get the nice crit there, as you saw. Not, you know, I guess it does matter in the long run, because now he's in the range for me to take him out. But he's gonna switch and go into his Wismacott here, which I'm just gonna nail with a double hit. And let's see, what do I do? I guess I switch back out to Darmanitan. Do I do that? Is that what I do? What do I do? I don't remember. Oh, okay, I just stay in and he Toxics. That's why I don't remember. It wasn't that big a deal of a turn. My Ambipom, I was ready for it to just bite the dust, so I figured might as well just let him do whatever he's going to do, and I'll double hit, break a sub, maybe do some damage. Who knows? I didn't know. I don't know. I don't remember. It worked out for me. I took out the Wismacott, which was a pain in the butt. And really the only thing that's left that I'm worried about is the Suicune. He goes ahead and brings in a Suicune. I know I'm faster. I don't know why he did that. Turns out he did it so he could switch out and bring in his Minshao here. Take anything that I can throw at him. I got a critical hit there on the beat up, not a big deal. And Toxic is going to go ahead and take me out. So that's unfortunate. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Sableye because I really didn't know what else to bring. And I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. I miss, unfortunately. He's going to go ahead and U-turn out. Oh, excuse me. If I sound a little rushed, it's because I've tried doing this 3 times. People are in and out of the house running errands. But what's going to happen here is he's going to go ahead and run. He knows that I've got him beat, and that's the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun. And I guess I'll catch you guys next time.